is Delores Norinsky. I'm 76.
You know, when you reach 76, each year becomes more of a celebration, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It's not the number, it's how you accept the number and move forward. I was born in Chicago, Illinois. Well, I got married in 1959, and we went to City Hall, each of us on our lunch hour, and were married, and then went down to the cafeteria, had lunch, then went back to our jobs. He and I opened a business. I was in the hairdressing business. The very first one that I had did very well, which is why then I decided to expand. I was blessed to begin with to have the talent to do hair and could go and say, well, this is what I want to do, and I know I want to do that. I had the talent, and I put it to good use, and it paid off for me. Had some nice clients there, the mayor's wife and Mayor Daley and his family.
Oh boy, we could have fun with that story.
Yeah, well, they were very good neighbors. My husband had been ill and couldn't stay in the cold weather any longer. Well, it was getting harder for him to walk. Later on we found out that he had myelopathy of the spine, which was a gradual deterioration of the spinal cord. Anyway, they said that it would be better for him to be in a warm climate where he can get around easier. So we decided on Arizona. While moving there, I had gotten pregnant with my daughter. In 1964, Michelle was born. We lived in Scottsdale. We had 3 salons there. My salons did well, because I always said when I do something, I like to do it well, and I don't take failure. My daughter then, after she graduated from high school, came to UCLA to go to medical school. While she was still in medical school, we found out that Morris, which was his name, was diagnosed with cancer. So we sold all the salons, and we moved to Irvine, California, because we wanted to be closer to Michelle. I worked for a woman there in Irvine. She had a salon, and I worked for her. And then part of her salon I took and turned it into a masseuse.
You became a masseuse?
Well, I had gone to masseuse school here in Santa Monica. And so I opened this place in the shop that I was working in, and it was very successful. My husband became much more ill than he was, and so we went back to Arizona, but I didn't open any salons or anything there. At that time, I just took care of him. But then he was so ill that he passed on. So I came back to California, and then I opened my own masseuse salon there, and that became very successful. Then Michelle decided, well, she had been working in a hospital out here and had met her husband, and she wanted to get married. So I said, all right, then you get married, I said, and we'll buy a house. I'll help you buy a house. And her and her husband and I moved in. Then in about 2 years that we into the house, Michelle wanted to start having a family. And she talked with me about it, and I said, well, that's fine, Michelle. If you want to have a family, now's the time to do it. I said, if you start now, I says, I'll retire from my job, and I'll stay home, and I'll take care of the kids while you and Garth go back to work. So she says, are you sure? And I says, yes. And there I was, Grandma, taking care of the 2 children, which I had a ball taking care of. They were good kids. And I did community work for the school with children that had difficulty with reading. And I did that while the children were still in the lower grades. Then when they transitioned into the higher grades, then I left the school also. They were sorry to see me go. I said, now, I told them both, it's Garth and Michelle, that's time now that they take over the children chores. And they did. And I went out and found a nice apartment, and it's going to be about 7 years, 7, 8 years since I've been on my own now. Well, right now I'm just retired. It feels good. This is the first time in a long time between taking care of my husband, being ill, which that was part of my job, and I enjoyed it. I had no regrets taking care of him, and taking care of the grandkids. Well, it's just to know that you can get up in the morning and go do something, and not just get up and say, "Oh, gee, I'm still here." You know, that's it. I'm very proud that I can still function. I'm a little forgetful now and then. That's, not an easy thing to handle, but I'm doing okay. The grandkids get annoyed with it, but I tell them, wait, their time is coming. Always successful. Yeah, never even thought of being unsuccessful or that I couldn't do something that I put my mind to do it. In fact, I was just telling Michelle the other day, I said, Michelle, I haven't seen really anything on the television, the ones that sell things like QVC and the other stations. I had never seen them with a tea cozy on there. I said, I love teapots, and I've collected a few teapots, and I've made my own cozies, but I've never seen them in any of the major department stores. You go there, you see teapots, but you never see tea cozies. So I says, what do you think of me starting up a little tea cozy business? I says, what I would like to do is, I said, I'd like to take and draw my own and do my own sketches of tea cozies, the kind that I'd like. And I said I could, just take them to a manufacturer and then go around to the department stores and specialty stores and see if I can sell them.
So you're going to do it?
I'd love to do it.
And if you do it, you'll be successful.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I'll go to those department stores and I'll sell it.
Good for you.